We also want to get to our hemp headlines at this point because we do have a very important and tragic story to have to tell you. This story is about a fellow from Washington State. This took place up in Seattle, Washington, and it's a man named Tim Guerin. Tim Guerin was a medical marijuana patient who was using medical marijuana with his doctor's recommendation. He had hepatitis C, and he was desperately in need of a liver transplant. Now, a lot of the pharmaceutical drugs that you would prescribe to someone for pain and other symptoms associated with hepatitis C are very toxic drugs. They're very hard on a person's liver. So Mr. Guerin decided to use medical marijuana, being a safer, more effective remedy for what was ailing him. And many studies have shown that people with hepatitis C can gain appreciable benefit from the use of medical marijuana. Well, Mr. Guerin was awaiting a liver transplant. He had 2 weeks to live, is what was the estimate. And the University of Washington Medical Center dropped him from the liver transplant rolls. They took this very, very sick and dying man off the liver transplant donor list because he used medical marijuana. Because he tested positive for marijuana metabolites in his urine, that gets him considered a drug addict, a drug user, and according to their rules at the University of Washington Medical Center, that will get you kicked off of the liver transplant list. Now, Guerin and his son protested, of course, and said, what do we have to do to get back on the liver transplant list? And the University of Washington Medical Center said, complete a 60-day drug rehab. Now, this is a man who is dying of liver failure, given 2 weeks to live, and hospital administrators turn to him and say, 60 days of rehab, something he could never have survived. Other medical centers, he tried Swedish Medical Center. Swedish Medical Center gave him the same answer, except they said they wanted him to abstain from the use of marijuana for 6 months, a man with 2 weeks to live. Well, Tim Guerin lost his battle and died on Thursday due to liver failure while he was still waiting for that liver transplant. And Paul, this just highlights one of the cruelties of we've gotten medical marijuana in 12 of these states, but there's still so much of a battle yet to be fought.
Oh, it is. It's because obviously if he was using the pharmaceutical drugs, they would have said no problem. You could be on the list, top of the list, and it's just that. Again, I don't know whether it's fear factor or misinformation constantly being put out there by certain people. They just don't understand that medical marijuana is not going to harm that person's liver.
And the sad thing, too, is the doctor involved in this case, Mr. Guerin's doctor, said, I didn't know that if I was to recommend medical marijuana for him, that this would create so many hurdles for him getting the transplant. This is something that even doctors out there don't know a whole lot about. And we spoke with Paul Stanford from the Hemp and Cannabis Foundation. He runs medical marijuana clinics in 6 different states. And he's told me that he's spoken to at least 30 different patients who have had some sort of transplant issue that has been denied to them because of their use of medical marijuana. Now, these rules are in place for a good reason. I can see the reason for the rule. You don't want to have someone who's an alcoholic,
someone's addicted to meth, someone's addicted to heroin, receiving a liver transplant, which is very expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And it's probably done through tax dollars, a good part of that, government grants. And so they don't want to waste it the way they look at it. They say, if we give an addict, someone who's addicted to street drugs, a liver, it'll be wasted.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem is that, once again, we see this conflation of the harder street drugs, the addictive drugs, with medical marijuana. Yeah. It's a medicine, it's an herb, and to deny someone a life-saving, this is basically a death sentence, is what they did. The University of Washington Medical Center condemned this man to death because they wouldn't let him get on the list. And one important point that needs to be made here, this isn't a federal law. There's no federal law, there's no state law that controls how these organs are harvested or donated or transplanted. It's all up to the administrations of the hospital.
Yeah, it's simply their own policy for whatever reason, and it's just they need to learn there at these hospitals that medical marijuana does not cause a body to reject new organs.
One of the excuses that was given by some of the doctors there is they were saying, well, we wanted to be sure that if this person, gets the liver transplant, that they don't go back to using marijuana because their immune systems are so suppressed for the transplant. They fear that if the marijuana was tainted with any molds or pesticides, that they wouldn't be able to fight off any sort of infection. But again, that goes under the false assumption that marijuana is addictive and he wouldn't be able to stop it.
Well, yeah, that's number one. And also number two is that he wouldn't be able to get some, pure medical marijuana that they could test to make sure there's no mold or anything else, because obviously this person's going to be eating food.
Yeah.
They have to be tested to make sure there's no mold or any, other things in there that can make them sick. So it's just, again, the old mindset that marijuana is evil.
Yeah. Once again, their choice here when they talk about, well, we don't want to give them the marijuana because it have molds or pesticides or any sort of adulterants in it. Well, once again, the problem's not with the marijuana. The problem's with the prohibition of the marijuana that prevents us from being able to regulate it and make sure there's some quality controls for the patients. And we just want to dedicate this episode here to the memory of Tim Guerin and all the other patients out there that are fighting for their lives and being discriminated against because of their medical use of marijuana under state law recommended by their doctor. I mean, they couldn't have been doing much more to follow the law and be good citizens than that. And that brings us to another